So first we need to fix this. Click on this, right click, go here and fix it. So when you fix it, this, you can see the symbol. This symbol you can see after fixing it. After fixing, you have to check the degrees of freedom from here. Component degrees of freedom. Now it is completely fixed. Now let me open the figure of this. Yes, we can see this. So first I have fixed this base block. Then we will fix the inside rods. So now I'm going to take this top and bottom bearing. So first I take bottom, then I take top. Click here, right click, component, existing component. Then we'll check here. So bottom bearing I'll take first. Double click. So what I do here is now I'm going to change the color by taking the graphic properties. So take the graphic property, click on this bottom bearing and change the color of this. And take the body and change the color. So now what we do is we will fix it. So how we are going to fix means first I'm going to manipulate this yellow part. Go to the manipulation and take this yellow part here, and here you can take it. So zoom it here. Okay. So then give okay. So what we do is here I manipulate some more in the X direction. So in the X direction, then I take in a Y direction. I take in a Z direction. Okay. So I'll take it here nearer to this. Yes. So now it is approx. So what we do is here, first we'll fix it like this. So what I do, I go to the coincidence. So axis to axis. First I do axis to axis coincidence. This axis to this axis. So I made axis to axis coincidence first. Then what we do is, once it is done, we'll do the face to face coincidence. Then again I go back face to face coincidence. So here, inside face, I select this face, then I'll select this face, then give OK, then update it. Now we have fixed it correctly. Now I'm going to take the next part. From the specification tree, click on this, go to the components, then existing component, then I will take top bearing. Double click this. We got top bearing. What I do, I manipulate it in the move toolbar here. Let me take the move toolbar and we'll manipulate it. I manipulate this in Z direction. Little above I take like this. Then give OK. So here what I do, yes. So before this, let me check the yellow part, whether it is fixed or not. So bearing bottom. So go to the here and check the component degrees of freedom. So still it has one rotation, right? Z. Let me fix this. So for time being, I'll hide this top one. First, we'll fix the degrees of freedom completely. So I have coincided axis to axis, then face to face, then we'll go with the plane to plane. So what I do here is right click and go to the center graph, and you can unhide all the planes here. And I take here also the body plane also, I'm going to unhide it. Now I'll fix using this angular constraint, angle constraint. I'll click on this command. Then I'll select this front plane and I'll select this front plane. I'll give parallelism. Then give OK. Then you can update. Now you can check this degrees of freedom. There is no degrees of freedom. Yes. So yellow and this part is completely fixed. So let me hide the planes of this. So next what I do is I'll unhide this part. So now what we do here, we'll do face to face, first axis to axis, then face to face, then plane to plane. So this part is not required now, this body. I'll hide this body but for the time being. Go to the coincidence. So select this axis and select this circle, this hole. So now I have fixed axis to axis, then face to face. Select this face, then select this face, then give OK, then update it. So now we have fixed it. So next what we need to do is we need to fix their planes. So this is bottom plane and this is top plane. You need to unhide all the planes from the specification tree. Yeah, here all the trees has got coincided. What I do here, I just go to the angle constraint here. So from here I'll fix it. So from here a YZ plane and from this part YZ plane. Give parallelism and give OK. Now you can check the degrees of freedom for this. Component degrees of freedom. There is no degrees of freedom. It is also got fixed completely. Now I am going to hide planes of these two parts. So now I'll unhide the body here. It looks like this. Let me go to the view and collapse all. Here go to the tree expansion and collapse all. So next let me see the image. So next part is this cap. I'll take this cap. I'll take this cap and I'll fix it on the top of this plumber block. Click on product, right click, go to the components and go to the existing component. Now you can take cap. So cap we got here. I manipulate it in Z direction. I select the cap and I take it like this. Give OK. Now we will give first axis to axis constraint. So this axis to this axis. Yeah. This hole to this hole axially we have constraint. Now we'll go to the face to face. This face with this face. Give OK and update it. Now we have got fixed. So let me change the color of this cap. I'll give white, and I'll change this color also. So now for the cap, we need to check the degrees of freedom. Yeah, we have 1 degree, which is on the Z axis. So what I do, I'll fix it. Now I'll give plane to plane coincidence. So I'll elaborate this cap, and I'm going to elaborate this also. Now I'll go to the angle constraint. And here I'll select Z, YZ plane, and here also I'll select YZ plane. I'll give parallel, give OK, then check. Now check the degrees of freedom for the cap. There is no degrees of freedom. So it is completely fixed. Now we'll go with the next part. So this bolt and hexagonal nut, we need to fix it now. This side bolt and hexagonal nut. I need to import it first. Right click, components, existing component. Then we'll see the lock nut, this nut, and this square bolt we will take. So first I'll take this square bolt. So square bolt is here. I'll manipulate it in Z direction. Then I'll keep it little side. This side I'll keep. Then give OK. So before this, we need to fix the two nuts. So first we need to fix the hexagonal nut here. So I take the hexagonal nut here. Then I'll fix it on here. So right click. I take this nut, hexagonal nut. So which is here. I manipulate it in Y direction first, then I'll manipulate it in Z direction. Then I'll bring it nearer to this. Then give. Now we will fix it. So first axis to axis, this axis with this axis, then face to face, this face with this face, and give OK and update it. Now it got opposed. Now what I do is I'll go to the constraint and double click, and here I'll change the arrow direction, give OK and update it once again. Now it fixed properly. So next what I do is here I'll go to the again constraint command, this axis with this axis, then face. So this face with this face, give OK and update. So it got opposed in direction. What I do from here also you can change it, or from the toolbar also you can change it. So now it got fixed like this. See. Okay, so it's supposed to come here ulta. So I have made it in this way. So this should come there and this should come there. So what I do is I'll double click on this, and here I'll go here and we'll see this. So this face I'll replace it. This face to this face I make. I'll go to reconnect. Then I'll select this and now give OK and update it. Then make in reverse direction. Okay, so it's supposed to come somewhat upside, right? So again, I'll click on this constraint. What I'll do, I'll go to the more option. I'll select this. Again, I'll go to the reconnect. So what I do is here, I'll reconnect it. This I'll take. This face with this face. And I'll click here and I'll say again reconnect it. I'll again reconnect it and I'll give this face. Then give OK. Then update. Then double click and change the direction and make it. So now you can check. So this side also same. Here first we need to import product components and existing component. We need to import this rod. This and I'll at a time I'll import two things here and I'll manipulate it and I keep this side and I keep this side also. Then give OK. Go to the coincidence command. Select this to this. Then select this face to this face. Then give OK and update it. Now go here and change the direction. Double click here. Double click here and change the direction. Give OK and update it. So next go here. Select this axis and this axis. And then this plane, this face and this below face. Then make it same. Give OK and update it. Now we'll change the direction. Give OK and once again update it. So this is the thing. So now what we need to check here is we need to check the degrees of freedom for each part. So this will check with the degrees of freedom. Here we have 1 degree, that is Z. So we need to fix it to this part. Plane to plane we have not given. We need to give plane to plane. So what I do, I go to the angular constraint here. Angle constraint, I'll select this part YZ plane and this part YZ plane. Then I'll give parallelism and give OK. Then now you can check this. Degrees of freedom you need to check. There is no degrees of freedom. So like that here also we have not given plane to plane. So I'll check degrees of freedom for this also. Yeah, here also 1 degree of freedom. So I'm going to fix it. I'll go to the angle constraint here. Then I'll come here. I'll select YZ plane of this and YZ plane of this body. Okay. It already taken. So this square bolt already taken. We need to do it for the nut, M10 nut. I'll expand the M10 nut. Now I'll go here. YZ plane of this, YZ plane of this and give parallel. Okay, so like that you need to do for the rest of this too also. In this way you can fix the plumber block. So one more important thing here, after doing this, you need to save the assembly files. So you need to go with the save management. Then I'll take this as save as. Then here I'll go to the folder assembly. Then I'll go with the plumber block. Then I'll make a new folder here, which I created, Shiva Shakti. Then I'll open a folder. Then I'll save it as a product file. See here, the extension version is .cat product. Click on save. So after saving this, what you need to do is next step, propagate directory. You have to click on this, propagate directory. Then give OK. In this way, you have to save the assembly file. Once you check assembly, plumber block, so Shiv Shakti, each and every part should be here. Like this, you have to save it.